In this video, I was still in the Chicago area. I finished up with that maroon V70 T5M all-wheel drive car. And then I went and met some more folks a little closer to the city. They had an 850 that popped a low coolant light, and they did not want to play coolant roulette. So I checked that out. Man, amazed that a vehicle still has an original heater core. If you own the 850 ESSER V70 from 92 to 2000, check your heater core. If it hadn't been replaced, replace that thing. If it's leaking, replace it. Man, it's probably the #1 reason why these engine gets blown. Heater cores blowing up and leaking all the coolant out and overheating before they get it shut off. Radiators leaking, and of course burnt valves. So get that taken care of. You don't want to lose your car over something like that or end up with a $2,500 cylinder head job. Some people could do those jobs easier and cheaper, but if you do it right, it's going to be at least $1,500, $1,600 up to $2,500 when you add some of the accessories onto that job. Besides that, got that V70 going good, and hey, just kept it moving. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Back at it, gonna finish up today, starting out with this heater core. Then put the interior back together, then put coolant in. Then we should be ready to check the ECU that I have for it. If we can switch to a T5 manual ECU, then I'm headed into Chicago. So let's get this heater core installed. No evidence of leaking any of the coolant hoses. Nothing is dripping under the car. That's good. Any evidence of leaking there? I don't see anything dripping there either. I'll fill it, make sure it's dry, fill it again in about 20 minutes and close this up. It is dry now. I'm going to try to dry up this carpet here with my wet absorbent pads from Oil Eater, and then we'll see if we can find the manual ECU to test in this car. Heat works. Car is warm. No check engine light. Rear hatch open. Low fuel. I'm gonna shut it off and swap in a ECU. See if we can get one that won't pop a check engine light. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to replace a ECU or TCM in a Volvo P80 car. These are cars that are coil packs. They have a very simple way of replacing the ECU. First thing you want to do is disconnect this tube here that takes air from the computer box. Then you want to use a screwdriver and lift the latches and pull up on the top. When you lift the latches, you got one on this side and one on this side. I recommend that you disconnect the negative on the battery. That is usually a 10mm. Let me do that. Then you lift this up. This one doesn't have a transmission control module because it is a manual car. You simply pull this lever back on the ECU and lift it up and out. Those computers cannot be installed and locked in the wrong order. Then you take the replacement. It's got a track. You lower it down front and rear. Push it down in there and then push that lever back, and it is locked in place, ready to go. You put the top back on. It's got a guide and a track in there. You lock it in place by pushing it down. Swing this back over, plug that in, then you hook up your battery. Quick and easy. Now this is a Canadian car, so if the emissions are different, it will pop a check engine light. I'm gonna turn the key on, let it set for a second. This computer is for a T5, not a GLT. I got a check engine, so that one's not gonna work, and I got a low coolant. Let me go add the coolant and then cut the car off and try another one. Got the coolant system topped off, got the battery connected, got the inside together. All I need to do now is check this rear panel, see what the damage is on that while that's rattling, and then I'm gonna clock out and clean up my mess. Whoop, whoop. I have a really good video on how to handle this panel. You pop this loose, you undo the back, then you slide the panel up toward the roof that way forward to get the clips up here undone so you don't break them. So let me go ahead and take this panel off and see what all's broken and go from there, starting with that. Someone's cheating here. We got a Phillips over here and we got a Phillips over there. So let me pull those Phillips down and check the rest of these clips. So the panel modification has been done, but 2 of the clips are missing, 2 of the clips are broken, all of the clips along the bottom are missing. He needs a clip kit. Those kits are pretty cheap. So let me put these 2 back in here and try to get this secure back in place, and he can work on that clip. And when I pop that loose, the corner broke, so I'll try to get him another one of those. And that's the way this cookie crumbles. When you get this down, you need to check back here for cracks. Sometimes these areas are cracked in here. And that's all for this location for now. I'm going to wrap it up. Man, somebody got a V70R here. Little bit of curb rash. Ooh, it's got that blue interior. Nice. Front bumper looks banged up a little bit. Not a bad looking R. That rear wing up there. Let's see what's going on at Swedish car pots. Man, this looks like Volvo land out here. Got something with undercover here. Looks 240-ish. 240s, 240s, 240s. Man, that one looks pretty nice. The wagons. See if we can find Alex around here. Yeah, they look horrible. These people popped a low coolant light in this teal color 850 wagon, NA. And of course the heater core is leaking. So that's what we're gonna do here. But man, I've never seen a piece of foam behind the dash like that. Interesting. I tried to pinch off the hoses. The hoses are extremely hard. I don't know if the pinch off worked, but I got a bag to catch the coolant. Hopefully the bag's not leaking. And the coolant in the floor. A lot of that. So let me try to get this heater core replaced real quick and take it for a test drive. Man, that fan kicked on pretty early. Even before the temperature needle got halfway, I plugged in my scan gauge and it's saying that the coolant temp is only 76 degrees, and I know that's not right. That gauge is more accurate. It's up around 165, 170. So I'll let this run a little bit, see how that goes. Probably end up replacing that ECT. Well, I got 2 issues. Heater core is leaking Looks like it's leaking. It's gotta be leaking. And the firewall junction's leaking. So I need to replace the firewall junction on this one. So let me shut this down and give her that news and get one of those on order. Pretty sure I got one of these ECTs with me, but again, she needs a firewall junction, so I'll deal with that first. And the car is off, and the fan's still running. That's another indication that the ECT's bad. She has a bent rim here. Not sure if that bothers her too much with these 15s. This heater core was also leaking inside and out. See how that green stuff is leakage. Top and bottom. The bottom's at the color where it could explode. The seals were leaking. And hopefully this is the last original heater core in any 850 on the planet. I don't want to see another one. Not original. Yes, I am in the Las Vegas area. Probably be here 3-4 days, then headed into Albuquerque. Take care of the engine on Panther. So today I'm gonna hit the junkyard, see if we find anything good, and just keep on moving. So if you need me, send me a text or call me. I'll answer any questions you have. I appreciate you all support and appreciate you watching. Thanks again.